Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a review of possibly the cutest Transformer you'll ever see. Today we're taking a look at the QTC01 Hello Kitty, a peculiar one-off released under the Q-Transfomers series. As it would only seem fitting, a character as popular as Hello Kitty would naturally be deserving of an alt mode with equal recognition. Thus, it should be no surprise that this little red truck is Optimus Prime inspired. The cab section is pretty much identical to the Autobot leader's G1 form, right down to the white stripe that wraps around it. The trailer is where things differentiate. It's red and bulbous with a Hello Kitty sticker stamped on each side, giving this toy a clear identity. The only drawback is the lack of painted smokestacks. Size-wise, QTC01 measures about 1 3/4 inches in length, the standard size of a Q-Transfomers release. To put that into perspective, that makes Hello Kitty larger than a standard LEGO minifig, yet just shy of a Transformers botshot. Transformation comes in a quick 1-2-3 combo of pulling out the feet, splitting the trailer, and sliding the head forwards. It's about as simple as you can get while still maintaining an enjoyable experience. Hello Kitty's robot mode is adorably awkward. At first glance, the correct colors and the giant kitty head will catch your attention, but then you start to take hold of the surrounding qualities. For one, her boxy frame gives her a wide appearance, and the extra broad shoulders don't help the situation much either. Of course, there's no ignoring that giant red backpack, although in Hello Kitty's case, you could argue that that actually is a backpack, with some nice polka dot flair. Regardless, it's large. Hello Kitty isn't going to surprise you with articulation. First off, the head is on a simple swivel, so it goes side to side, can do the whole 360, not much after that. The feet themselves, each of them I was surprised to see that they are on barbell joints, so you can actually get some pretty decent articulation out of them. I mean, there's no knee bends or anything, but you do have perfectly usable swivels, and the feet can even have slight ankle tilts, so you can get proper stances, and they balance. I mean, she's not going to be leaning on her giant backpack. That was pretty impressive. The biggest disappointment are her arms. I mean, first off, they only go backwards and forwards, but the problem is the gap or the clearance that these two wheels basically end up colliding all the time. So whenever you move her arms forward, they tend to pop out because it's just not a very smooth guidance. So these always like to pop off, and it's a bit finicky, but I mean, it's not the biggest issue considering the articulation isn't really all there. The other problem I have is because the wheels are kind of stuck to her arms, it always looks like she's holding a hockey puck, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it's a problem. Am I gonna be that critical about it? Not really. I mean, you gotta consider what this toy is, so yeah, all in all, it's decent stuff. Not really too impressive, but again, not really too disappointed with it, all things considered. Q-Transfomers QTC01 Hello Kitty can best be described as a cute, fun distraction. Both modes do have their share of visual faults, still I more or less attribute that to the aesthetic and charm of the toy line as a whole. Speaking of which, this is my first foray into Q-Transfomers, and they are definitely similar to the Botshot series released only a few years back. The only difference is that Q-Transfomers have ditched the auto-transforming gimmick for limited articulation. It's not exactly a huge change, but I do prefer this style of toy more. Now, if it wasn't obvious, this is a cross-promotional product, and if you're not into the idea of having the purity of your beloved Transformers franchise being tainted by the vile conglomerate that is Sanrio, then no, this is not a toy for you. That said, it's most likely a toy for just about everyone else. At 1200 yen, the price is a little steeper than I would have liked, yet it's not often you come across a release as intriguing as Q-Transfomers Hello Kitty. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, and the Q-Transfomers line only continues to get stranger, because the next batch to ship out will not arrive alone.